真空
Hey, what's going on, everybody? System Psycho here, back with Chris for another sneaker vid.
What's going on, y'all?
So this video we want to do is on the Air Jordan 4, and the reason why we want to do this is because it's actually releasing this Saturday.
Yes,
and another main factor why we're doing this is because the Air Jordan 4 is my personal favorite Jordan of all time. Every colorway, well, maybe not the Retro Pluses, but like every original colorway of the Air Jordan 4. So we just want to talk about them and kind of give like our little like review or what we think about the shoe. So what I actually have here is the retro Air Jordan 4s. So the big thing about the ones that are coming out now is that they have a Nike Air in the back, right?
Yep.
Have they retro those at all with the Nike Air?
No, I don't think they have. No,
Not
I
at
think
all,
they
huh?
did that with the threes that came out.
Oh,
They started doing that with some of the sixes that came out recently.
that's
And
what's
now,
up.
Which is this right here, as you guys may see.
Yeah, so these are the 99 retros, right? And I used to wear these all the time. But then, like, for some reason, one day, like, after a couple years of wearing them, I looked at the midsole, and it looked like it was cracking, and I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
This is my favorite shoe
Yeah,
of
but I
all
said they
time.
still look definitely wearable.
Yeah, they are definitely. I think they are, man, but, you know, I didn't want to take the risk.
Right.
People kept telling me the sole swap.
To me, like the sole swap, like once a shoe goes out of, once it loses its life, man, it's dead. Like,
You
to
think
me,
so?
personally, to me, you know what I mean? Like, and here's the thing, like, especially I understand the whole, better quality thing or whatever, but like, for example, my favorite shoe was the Jordan 8, the Chromes that came out this past December, I think it was. And I was like, honestly, because I had a pair from 03, and I would wear them, and I wouldn't, fuck it, if they got fucked up, they fucked up, because, I mean, I knew eventually they would retro them, and sure enough, they did.
Okay.
So, I mean, honestly, I understand the whole quality thing that people think that, older J's have better quality than newer J's, which is true in some sort, in some sort of fashion, but to me, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious?
Yeah, they'll retro them eventually.
I know, dude.
Like, for example, like, even these, for example, they retroed in 2012, and they're rumored to retro again in 2016.
Yeah, so the colorway that's coming out this Saturday is which ones?
It's these right here, actually. And, this is a grade school size, so it may look a little
grade school. So what's that colorway called? Those are the white cement?
Yeah, the white cement 4s, yeah.
Dude, those are so sick.
Yeah, nah, honestly, I wish I had a pair that I could honestly fit, because, these honestly, I'm not a really big fan of 4s, but this might be one of my favorite 4s right there.
The white cement?
Yeah, the white cement.
Yeah, these are probably my second favorite.
They're really, really clean, man. Like, just a really clean pair of shoes, man, that you can fit with just about anything.
You know what's funny? When they retroed in 99, the gray was a little lighter from what
that
I
might
remember.
be true, yeah.
I think the gray was a little lighter.
That might be true. And that's one of the things that, happens with a lot of shoes that get retroed. There's a lot of...
They look slightly different.
Yeah,
you change them up a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that, I don't know if you remember, it happened with the white infrared 6s that came out.
Okay.
I think it was the white infrared.
So what happened with them?
The quote unquote infrared was more of like a pink it. Well, it was a weird. It was just off.
It was just off.
Yeah, it was. If you can compare the OG infrareds to the ones, even the ones that came out after that, because I think they retro right after. They look different. The shades of red look different. So, and a lot of people are unhappy about that.
Okay.
So, that's one of the things about J's that it's kind of disappointing, because you never know really what you're gonna get. For example, with the 8s,
that's true.
With the Aquas that just came out, a lot of people were upset that of the sparkle on the midsole right there. You know what I mean?
They didn't like that shit?
A lot of people didn't. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why that shoe sat.
Really? I could have sworn that was in the OGs.
Nah, they are. It was in the OGs, but they weren't in the. I think it was 2007.
Oh, retros?
Yeah, and
I don't think they were.
Back. So as you could probably pick up on it, most people probably remember
the 2007 joints and not the OG joints.
Exactly. So they probably fuck with those more, and whatever the case may be, right? So I mean, that's one of the things about Jordan. Like I said, you want to definitely make sure you look into, what the shoe's gonna look like before you buy it.
Yeah. So when they first retroed the Fire Red 5 or 4s, It was the Mars Blackman one. Or no, sorry. It was the laser ones. You remember those?
Yeah.
They're laser and you had to get them online. So I got them online thinking that, okay, this is as good as it's going to get because they didn't retro like the regular ones. And then they retroed the regular ones, which was the Mars Blackman that had like Spike Lee on the corner and shit.
Yeah.
Man, I ended up selling both. Them shits were garbage after a while, dude. Quality was trash. And the military blues, did you ever have a pair of the military blues?
Nah, well, actually, I don't think I have.
Dude, those qualities were so bad, dog. Like, they would crease so easily.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of them shits. I heard they're going to release those again, but hopefully,
they are.
If they do, man,
Yeah.
I might. I haven't bought J's in a minute, man, but I might have to cop them shits because them shits are so sick.
Yeah. Nah, and like I said, these are also retroing at the end of the year.
Damn.
So it's definitely gonna be an interesting year.
So what? How much are they gonna retail for now?
220 is what they're retailing for.
Damn.
You know, it's crazy because like we were talking before the video. What was it that they came out? The shoes when they originally came out with?
Oh yeah, so back in '89 when these originally came out in 1989, from what I've seen, what I researched, they were $110, right? And then in 1999. They were $99.99. You probably can't see that, but they were $10 cheaper.
That's
10 years later.
That's crazy.
And now 17 years later,
the price just keeps getting higher and higher. That's incredible. Like honestly, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I probably started, I guess, more or less collecting shoes. You know, I'm 22 right now, so probably like maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, was when I first started working and was able to get my shoes.
Okay.
I never really experienced such a price hike. From like, so I could just imagine somebody like you know what I mean, who seen sneakers on sale for, you know, retail price from $90, $100, $120 was probably considered kind of steep at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now we're throwing Jordan $220 for a pair of shoes, man. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. It sucks, and I'm complaining about it, but I'm probably still gonna do it for a couple shoes. You know
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
I had to get out that joint, man, because it was just getting too expensive. But I might make an exception because the Air Jordan 4s are coming out.
Yeah.
You know, and I just want to mention like some of the things that people remember the Air Jordan 4s was in the movie Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Where the dude was like cleaning like the white cements.
Oh.
He was like with the toothbrush and shit, and some dude like ended up stepping on him.
Right.
That's like the scene the majority of people remember. But what's funny is when I was a kid, I used to watch Tales from the Crypt. I don't know if you heard of that show.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so like there's this one episode where there is this kid who ended up having to move in with his uncle, and he had a pair of Air Jordan. He had the Fire Red 4s, right?
Mm.
And since it's a horror show, the uncle pretty much paralyzed the kid.
Oh, shit.
And like, you know, he ended up selling the kid's Air Jordans. And the kid was like, "What'd you do with my Jordans?" He was like, "I sold them shits, man." And, you know, they sold for a pretty penny. So what happened is the uncle pretty much ended up killing the kid. And then the kid comes back to life, and the uncle like chainsawed his legs off.
Right.
But when he came back as a ghost, his legs were just moving with the Air Jordans on. Dog, it's so stupid. I'm gonna put clips of that shit, man. You'll see that shit, man. But that's what I remember. Nobody really rememers that but I used to watch that shit heavily. But other than that, man, I mean that's pretty much all we wanted to say about the Air Jordan 4, man. I just want to make this video, man, because it's my favorite Jordan.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know.
Yeah, and like I was saying, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the 4s, but this is a clean colorway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a couple. I like the bread 4s. I like the cement 4s. Mainly a lot of the OG colorways.
The OG colorways.
But for the most part, not the biggest fan of 4s.
Really?
Mainly because, again,
it's all good.
It might be because, you know, I had to deal with some of the shittier quality
probably
4s before with that crease up with every
yeah.
take. So I think it's definitely gonna be a good shoe to cop this weekend. I know there's gonna be a lot of shoes releasing this weekend actually, since it's All-Star weekend.
Oh,
you have
shit.
the KDs, the Kobe's, which is probably gonna be his last. Yeah, it is gonna be his last sneaker. So,
is it really?
Yeah, last sneaker. Yeah, since he's retiring this year.
Dang.
And LeBron, you know, and also I think Jordan is releasing a pair of ones that are, you know, coexist with the All-Star weekend theme that they're having.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a busy weekend for a lot of sneaker fans out there, man.
That's what's up, man. But anyways, we'll let y'all go. Once again, System Psycho Chris. If you have any comments, let us know down below. What is your favorite Air Jordan? Do you guys even like the Air Jordan 4s?
Yeah.
Or are you guys even going to cop the Air Jordan 4s?
You guys copping them? Or you guys copping any other shoes this weekend? You know, let us know.
Let us know down below. Once again, guys, we appreciate you guys watching. Yeah. Peace out.
Yo.
Yo, man, your Jordans are fucked up.
Damn, man. You might as well throw them shits out. Them shits is broke.